Humans really like to classify matter. They like to classify everything. We have to say, okay, those are dogs, or these are cats, or these are people, or these people are from Russia, or these people are from France. And so we classify everything, right? And so matter in chemistry is no different. And so when we classify matter, we're going to talk about how we can change it. All right, can we only physically change it? Can we chemically change it? Can we break it down into smaller things? So there are a lot of criteria that we use to classify this. All matter can be classified as one of two main things. That is a pure substance or a mixture. Pure substances are composed of one thing, okay, one single component, and it can be either an atom or a molecule. It has a constant composition. That means regardless of where you take a sample, it's the same every single time. The third criteria that's really important about a pure substance is you can't break it down into anything smaller, okay? You can't make it more pure by making a physical change. Pure substance examples are like table sugar. Okay, sugar is made up of several different elements, but it's all the same exact thing. So you have all those molecules and they're all sugar, and so that's a pure substance. Water is a pure substance. As long as you don't have anything else in it, it's a pure substance because all of the molecules are the same. They're all H2O. Mixtures are composed of more than one component. They can have varying composition. That is, you could have solids and liquids and gases, any combinations of those mixed together. And mixtures can be separated physically by physical processes like filtering them or pouring the liquid off the top of the solid or things like that. An example of a mixture would be sugar dissolved in water. You have two different things, okay? You have the sugar, but you also have the water molecules. So you have a mixture of two compounds together. Could you physically get those apart? I mean, if you pour sugar in water, it, looks kind of the same. But you could heat it up and evaporate the water off, and you'd be left with sugar in the bottom of your pan. A pure substance is classified as one of two things. It can either be an element. An element is something that could never be broken down chemically to anything less, okay? Or a compound, which could be broken down into different things because it is what? Two things mixed together. So a pure substance can be an element or a compound. Element cannot be chemically reduced to anything simpler. A compound can. So I've just kind of got a little flow chart here for you to kind of go by. Matter, if you can separate it by a physical process, if you can't, it's a pure substance. If you can separate those two things with a physical process, it's a mixture. If you have a pure substance that can't be separated physically, then it could, if you can still break it down chemically, then it must be a compound. If you can't break it down to anything smaller, it must be an element. So you can ask yourself that. So when you're answering questions about, is it a pure substance? Is it a mixture? Is it a compound? Whatever, okay?